I'm done with you. I will never forgive you. You have crossed an unforgivable line. You've expressed an opinion that is antithetical to mine or not mine, and it may not be one that has any real ramifications of anything. I was just saying, this seems like it's a pretty good possibility, which, by the way, has happened before. But what was stunning to me, I think, was the anger. Like, that's the part of all of this, and it's purposeful.
Former Daily Show host turned liberal activist Jon Stewart made revealing comments aimed at his fellow liberals after it was reported by the Department of Energy, via a story in the Wall Street Journal, that the coronavirus escaped from the Wuhan Institute of Virology. The U.S. Energy Department has concluded that the COVID pandemic most likely arose from a laboratory leak, according to a classified intelligence report recently provided to the White House and key members of Congress.
Department of Energy came out with a report saying that they said low confidence, but that the COVID-19 was a result of a lab leak.
Are you trying to get me canceled again?
Do you feel vindicated?
No, there is no. First of all, I wasn't waiting for the Department of Energy to weigh in on it. Like, that's one of those.
You were refreshing the Department of Energy feed.
What is the Department of Energy?
With low confidence.
It's not about certainty, or the larger problem with all of this is the inability to discuss things that are within the realm of possibility without falling into absolutes and litmus testing each other for our political allegiances as it arose from that.
The lab leak theory, as it came to be known at the start of the pandemic, was routinely blasted by the left-wing media as being misinformation and a conspiracy theory. It would appear, however, that supporters of the theory are finally vindicated. The origins of COVID-19 are still up in the air amongst the intelligence community, however. Thus far, both the FBI and the Energy Department have concluded that its origin was man-made, however, for other agencies argue that it evolved naturally.
My bigger problem with that was I thought it was a pretty good bit that expressed kind of how I felt. And the two things that came out of it were, I'm racist against Asian people, and how dare I align myself with the alt-right. And I thought, well, that's such a peculiar, and for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, and God bless you if you don't, I'd gone on Stephen Colbert's show. Stephen is a young up-and-coming improv actor with the program.
He'll make it.
And just really very wide hips, surprisingly. But the point was, I was doing a bit about, and it was similar to a bit I've done on religion. I used to do a bit about religion, saying religion's giving comfort to a world torn apart by religion. So the idea was, about the vaccines and other things, that science had truly helped heal a world from a pandemic, probably caused by science. And then I proceeded to go on a kind of a long tangent about why I thought that. And the backlash was swift, immediate, and quite loud. And again, I didn't take that personally either. Like, we live in a world where, like, I have my opinion. I'm not mad at the backlash either, because they're doing what I was doing, which is expressing myself. The part that I don't like about it is the absolutes and the dismissive.
With even liberal mainstays like Jon Stewart being outcast for his critique of the mainstream narrative, it is shocking to see just how embedded the belief was that the lab leak theory was an alt-right conspiracy. The left once again shows that if you go against their priorities, they will quickly eat their own to preserve the narrative.
And it's
That's it. Building soldiers for the war is the perfect fucking analogy for that. The crazy thing, Kay, is we've never had more speech and more information, and yet the amount of viewpoints have narrowed. So we have more speech and less of a spectrum amongst that. Everything now, nuance is for cucks. And it
Yeah.
all comes down to a black and white Hobbesian, whatever they call that viewpoint of the world.
Nasty and brutish.
Nasty and brutish.